This is the difference between humans and animals. We are unique on this planet. Written and read by Bernhard Kutzler. We are the only known species on this planet that transcended nature. We live in non-natural environments and create non-natural substances and tools, such as plastics, cars, and airplanes. No other species has done this. What makes us unique? We belong to the great ape family. The orangutan evolved from a primitive ape around 14 million years ago. The gorilla appeared around 10 million years ago. Humans around 6 million years ago, and the bonobo and the chimpanzee around 2.5 million years ago. We are in the middle of this family tree. Genetically, there is no reason we are the only ones to have left the forests and created non-natural habitats and ways of life. It is obvious we have gone beyond being apes, otherwise we still would live in forests and climb trees. So we must have a tool that no other ape or any other animal has. Let's start by calling this tool plus. Therefore, a human is an ape plus. All non-human life forms follow their behavioral programs, which can only change through conditioning. For example, one can train a lion to jump through a hoop of fire. This is possible because every life form is programmable. We humans can spontaneously behave differently than follow our programs. That is our free will. But having free will does not mean using it. Imagine a group of 100 apes. Heavy storm clouds gather and lightning strikes a nearby tree. The tree starts to burn. All 100 apes sense the danger and flee. They follow their behavioral programs. This was the case hundreds of thousands of years ago and is still the case today. Now imagine a group of 100 early humans. Heavy storm clouds gather and lightning strikes a nearby tree. The tree starts to burn. All 100 early humans sense the danger. 99 flee. They follow their behavioral programs. One does not flee. He behaves differently. He is curious and investigates this phenomenon. All 100 early humans had the potential to do something other than flee, because they all had the plus tool. Perhaps a handful realized they had a choice, but only one chose to act differently. Where did his behavior come from? We humans can create behavior by making a mental plan and executing it. We do this with our mind. The mind is the plus that distinguishes us from apes and all other known life forms on this planet. What is the mind? Our body is made of matter, mainly water. It is a chemical factory. Our mind is made of knowings. It is, one could say, a knowings factory. We call the processing of knowings thinking. Thinking comprises two elementary abilities, remembering and editing. Word processing software is a good analogy. You can use it to first, open an existing text file and second, use editing tools such as write, cut, copy and paste to change a text or create a new one. Our mind works like this. For example, if you want to create the knowing of a pink elephant, you remember the knowing of an elephant and the knowing of the color pink. Then you combine these two knowings to the knowing of a pink elephant. We are the only known species on this planet that can think, that is, willfully remember past knowings and create/edit knowings. Maybe you want to argue that animals must remember too, otherwise a dog would not recognize its owner. In fact, animals seem to recognize people even years later. There is a video on the internet showing a tiger joyfully hugging a man. Many years ago, when the tiger was a baby, this man lovingly cared for the animal. But recognizing is not the same as remembering. When we remember, we are, metaphorically speaking, turning back the pages of our life history and making a past knowing a present knowing. For example, you can willfully remember what you did yesterday afternoon. An animal can't do that. How do we know? Through logic. Let's conduct a thought experiment. Imagine a zebra standing next to a waterhole and remembering how it escaped from a lion yesterday. Animals are constantly 100% aware of their surroundings. They have to be in order to survive. But while the zebra remembers yesterday, it is not maximally aware of its surroundings in the present because remembering consumes part of its awareness. We call this being lost in thought. If you are thinking about something while driving, you are less aware of the traffic and could miss a traffic sign. This happens in our thought experiment. While the zebra remembers how it escaped the lion yesterday, it doesn't realize that the lion is sneaking up on it in the present. It dies and gets eaten. Animals that remember have a lower chance of survival than animals that do not remember, and will therefore quickly die out. It follows that animals cannot remember. Back to the tiger hugging its former keeper. It doesn't remember him. It experiences a familiarity. A familiarity results from a pattern in the life history. Patterns develop through repetition. The more often something is repeated, the stronger the pattern becomes. When a life situation matches a pattern, an experience of familiarity arises. For example, you are familiar with trees because you have seen countless trees in your life. And since your life history contains countless trees, tree is a strong pattern in it. The stronger a pattern, the more you tend to behave according to the pattern, such as recognizing a tree and thinking of the word tree when you see one. You can find out more about familiarities in my book, Consciousness, Its Nature, Purpose, and How to Use It. Recognizing someone or something is an experience of familiarity, not a remembering. Remembering is a willful, active access to the life history. Experiencing a familiarity is a non-willful, passive access that arises automatically when a present situation matches a pattern in the life history. Dogs don't remember their owners. They are familiar with them. If you see someone and feel you know that person but can't remember their name or anything else, you are experiencing a familiarity without remembering. All life forms experience familiarities. Humans are the only ones who can also remember. You can find even more arguments and the full derivation of the difference between humans and animals in my book on consciousness. Finally, here are 3 exercises. Exercise 1. Recall situations where you felt you knew someone but couldn't remember the person's name or anything else. Use these examples to explore the difference between experiencing a familiarity and remembering. Exercise 2. Observe animals. Watch documentaries about wildlife. Turn off the sound so that the commentary doesn't influence you. Visit a wildlife park. What familiarities do you observe in animals? Which ones in wild animals? Which ones in animals in wildlife parks? Which one in pets? Exercise 3. Consider the past 24 hours of your life. On which occasions have you acted according to your familiarities, that is, according to your habits? On which occasions did you do something new, that is, something you have never done before? Which behavior was truthful, which was not truthful, which behavior was constructive, which was destructive?